HyperX Cloud III Wireless. This headset strolls in with plush comfort and a battery life longer than your average gaming marathon. We're talking up to 120 hours, so your PS5 may quit before these do. The sound sticks to the warm and balanced side, making footstep sharpening and enemy spotting a breeze even if the mic gets a bit plain for streamer royalty. Noise isolation is more of a gentle suggestion, but if you want pure gaming with zero wires and zero fuss, this is your dependable cloud buddy. 8 out of 10. Logitech G435. If you want a headset that weighs basically as much as your ego after losing at Fortnite, the G435 is so feather light that it'll disappear on your head. But the sound is also a bit of a disappearing act, with bass and treble hiding when things heat up. It's got the wireless chops and quick plug-and-play for your PS5, but the mic sounds just okay, and the build is flimsier than a cardboard loot box. Only scoop these up if budget and ultra comfort matter more than winning a sound war. 5 out of 10. SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7. The Nova 7 glides on with a metal frame, tougher than most controller rage moments, and it holds up even during epic PS5 sessions thanks to immersive 3D spatial audio and a solid dose of bass to spice up those game lobbies. You get comfort that outlasts your longest grind, plus clear chat and clever features, though the sound can sometimes get a little funky in the highs, and noise isolation is basically on vacation. Still, it's a star player for serious gamers who want quality without looking like a robot. 9 out of 10. Logitech G Pro X2 Wireless. If you want a headset with battery life longer than your patience for loading screens, this one's a marathon runner, keeping your gaming sessions powered up for days. The sound is clear and punchy with those fancy graphene drivers, but the microphone is about as underwhelming as a plot twist in a soap opera, and the outdated receiver feels like a weird retro throwback. Slick features, solid comfort, and PS5 compatibility save it from mediocrity, but at this price, it should sing, not whisper. 7 out of 10. EPOS Game ONE. Comfort lovers rejoice, because strapping on the Game ONE feels like parking your ears on 2 velvet couches and never wanting to leave. Expect audiophile-grade clarity and a mic that will make even your rants sound crisp, though the open-back design means you hear your game and your neighbor's barking dog equally well. So noise isolation takes a vacation. If you want lush sound without thumping bass for intense gaming, but not noisy environments, this is a sweet pick for your PS5 nights. 8 out of 10. SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro. The Arctis Nova Pro has more features than a spaceship, with active noise cancellation, battery swapping mid-game, and audio so sharp you can spot every virtual footstep before you get lag killed. It feels so comfy you could marathon an entire RPG. But while the headset delivers top-tier sound that esports champs love, the microphone leaves much to be desired. And honestly, at this price, it should be flawless. If you want elite looks and pro-level immersion for your PS5, this is a luxury treat. Just ignore the mic and bask in the glory. 9 out of 10. Turtle Beach Atlas Air. Slide these on and suddenly your head feels like it's floating, thanks to an open-back design that's so comfy, it practically sings lullabies during long gaming streaks. Sound is decently clear with a crisp, open soundstage, but when explosions go off, the bass rumbles more like a polite handshake than a rock concert. And sibilance can get a bit spicy in the treble. Perfect if you game in a quiet room and wear glasses, but your eardrums might wish for a little more thump. Good, not legendary. 7 out of 10. Razer blackshark V2 Hyperspeed. This ultralight headset feels like a cloud on your skull and somehow brings near pro-level sound for way less cash. With battery life so long you could marathon all the Final Fantasy games without looking for a charger. The default tuning screams esports, so your footsteps and reload clicks sound super vivid, but it takes some tweaking to really nail those cinematic vibes. Plus the mic is so good, your online friends will think you work in radio. Value and versatility make it a solid pick, even if the build goes for utility rather than pure luxury. 8 out of 10. Turtle Beach Stealth 600 Gen 3. Pull on the Stealth 600 Gen 3 and you get surprisingly punchy bass, crisp highs, and a battery so stubbornly long-lasting it outlasts your will to game. Seriously, over 80 hours before a recharge. Some distortion buzzes in if you really crank the volume, but the comfort and wireless freedom make up for the occasional sonic hiccup, with solid performance for both PS5 and hopping to other consoles. It's the classic affordable workhorse, getting the job done. No fireworks, but no drama either. 8 out of 10. Drop PC38X. This headset is so comfy you could mistake it for a pillow, but the open-back design means everyone else gets a taste of your sweaty game rage soundtrack too. The soundstage is grand and balanced, making enemy footsteps pop, yet bass takes a pretty suspicious day off when explosions rock the screen. The build feels a bit fragile, so treat it gently unless you want your headset to develop the personality of a cracked eggshell. 7 out of 10. Alienware Pro Headset. Alienware's Pro headset looks so mature you could wear it in a Zoom meeting and still get compliments, and its plush cushions cradle your head like a mom who knows you've had a tough day. The sound is lively, with punchy bass and crystal clear highs, and the microphone quality is so sharp your teammates might start assuming you're secretly streaming in a studio. Throw in strong noise cancellation and beefy battery life, but beware. At this price, you could also book a weekend getaway, so choose wisely. 8 out of 10. Astro A50X. Astro's A50X headlines with its mighty wireless chops and switches between PlayStation, Xbox, and PC faster than your internet can drop a connection. Comfort is king, and battery life stretches into double-digit marathons. But the microphone is best described as fine, and the size means you'll look like you're ready to pilot a spaceship. At home, not at Starbucks. Sound is premium and punchy, though noise isolation is so bad it feels like it came with ear vents as a feature. 8 out of 10. Turtle Beach Stealth 700 Gen 3. Slip these on, and it feels like your ears rented a penthouse. Those 60mm drivers do not mess around, pumping out monster roars and thumping bass that can practically knock your socks off. The multi-platform wizardry means you can jump from PlayStation to PC faster than you rage quit, and battery life lasts longer than your average online match. This is nearly everything you want in a gaming headset, unless you're allergic to epic audio. 9 out of 10. FiO JT1. These budget-friendly cans come with a punchy bass and clarity that's more surprising than finding a save point right before a boss battle. They are comfy enough for marathons, but honestly, the build quality is about as premium as cardboard armor. At least you can swap out the pads when the comfort levels drop. Great value for money, but these are more start of the game than endgame loot for serious PS5 headsets. 6 out of 10. Corsair HS80 Max. Slap these on and you're in comfort paradise, with breathable ear cups and a memory foam ski band that will have you gaming until breakfast. The sound is solid. Low latency keeps your Fortnite squad from mutiny. But if you want booming out-of-the-box audio, you're stuck fiddling with settings instead of dominating the leaderboard. With thoughtful design and beefy battery life, it's a big win for long sessions, just not quite a game changer. 8 out of 10. Alienware Pro Wireless Headset. Alienware's Pro Wireless goes on your head like a literal pillow fort, blocking out your little brother and most of the real world, so you can focus on gobbling up victories instead of background noise. The sound is crisp, the battery lasts forever, and you will look like a gamer astronaut, but the detachable mic is a small circus act you will never find a home for. If your PS5 needs a headset with long-lasting power and plush comfort, this fuzzy spaceship gets a solid 9 out of 10. Corsair Void RGB Elite. Corsair's Void RGB Elite hugs your skull like a marshmallow, with sound that is decent enough for your gaming marathons but may leave audio files as flat as the volume wheel that never quite plays nice with PS5 controls. Plug and play is easy. Comfort is king. But if you want booming bass and feature-packed PS5 magic, you should probably keep searching in the RGB jungle. For average sound and stick-in-the-mud controls, this one slides in at 6 out of 10. SteelSeries Arctis Nova 1. The Arctis Nova 1 is the nerdy cousin who shows up in a business suit but plays Mario Kart like a champ. Featuring slick style, a lightweight frame, and surprisingly snappy audio for the low price, mic quality punches above its weight, but the volume wheel is the size of a baby ant, and explosions lack some oomph, so get ready for polite gunfire instead of thunder. For reliable gaming without a lot of silly RGB and solid comfort in a budget shell, this clean operator earns a cool 7 out of 10. Razer Barracuda Pro Wireless. Ready to zone out from your roommate's bagpipes? The Barracuda Pro brings plush comfort and battery life that will outlast your entire Elden Ring campaign. The sound is punchy and immersive, unless you switch on the noise canceling, which makes your epic sword clashes sound like marshmallow slaps, and your voice chats take a trip through a tin can. For the expensive price tag, you get some premium features, but Xbox fans better look elsewhere and pray. 7 out of 10. JBL Quantum 100. A headset so simple, it barely remembers to be a headset. Plug in the wire, pop on the oversized cups, and suddenly your ears are at a budget rave with bass so loud it shakes your soul but forgets the rest of your playlist. The comfort is decent, but durability is, please don't sit on me. And noise isolation is more like, let your cat join your squad. If you only want bare bones and zero fuss for PS5 gaming, and can ignore the slightly mud-crusted audio, it does the trick, but do not expect miracles. 5 out of 10. Bang Olufsen Beoplay Portal. Slipping these on is the closest you will get to gaming royalty. With craftsmanship so luxurious it might shame your PS5's plastic shell, and audio so clean it makes respawn sounds feel like roses blooming. However, connection gremlins occasionally pop up. Microphone quality makes you sound like you're stuck in a well, and the battery keeps pace unless you forget to charge for a night. If your wallet is hefty and you crave style plus strong sound, this portal leads to pleasure, not perfection. 8 out of 10. Corsair Virtuoso Pro. Looking for a headset that feels lighter than your dignity after rage quitting? The Virtuoso Pro's open-back design serves up airy comfort and a soundstage spacious enough for a surround sound orchestra, but do not expect much bass boom or noise isolation. Just pray your neighbor is not a chainsaw enthusiast. A fancy graphene driver promises premium detail, but with wired-only action and a mic more finicky than a reality show diva, let's say it is best for quiet PS5 nights where you really care about natural audio. I would say it's pretty good. Would I buy it? Maybe. 6 out of 10. Sony Pulse Elite. Sony clearly wants you to level up, slapping planar magnetic drivers and a wireless charging hanger onto this slick gamer crown, giving you crisp footsteps and sweet battery life that'll outlast your actual PS5 sessions. Comfort is strong, but beware the mildly weird ear cup design and occasional dongle connection drama, plus noise isolation could use a pep talk. Great for deep game nights, but not quite chef's kiss yet. 8 out of 10. Sony inzone H9. The inzone H9 is the headset that clings like a loyal friend. Comfy for marathon gaming, with leatherette ear pads that keep sweat at bay, and ANC that blocks out your roommate's questionable music taste. Battery life is legendary, and the spatial audio will have you dodging zombies like a caffeinated ninja. But if you stray into music territory, the sound is good but not rocking anyone's world. Excellent for PS5 immersion, but not the life of the afterparty. 7 out of 10. Beyerdynamic MX330 Pro. This headset has the cozy hug of velour pads and audio so clear you might start hearing enemies gossiping about you in-game, but the bass is like a polite guest, never overstaying its welcome or rocking the house. The open-back design lets sound breathe, which is cool for immersion, but on PlayStation 5 it just feels like it ordered all the right drinks but forgot to party as hard as its closed-back siblings. The attached mic is solid for your game chat, but it's not winning any karaoke contests. So overall, this is for the serious gamer who wants clarity, not a cinematic explosion. 6 out of 10. Audeze Maxwell. Listen, if you want a headset that feels like an exclusive concert for your ears and gives you the power to hear every in-game footstep plus your neighbor's existential crisis, this is it. The sound is so rich, you'll question reality itself. Stamina is its middle name. With battery life so long, you might just forget that charging is even a thing. And Tempest 3D audio makes single-player games sound like surround sound magic in your living room. The mic does the job. Not superstar quality, but with AI-powered noise isolation that lets you trash talk without the dog barking in the background. So unless you're buying for your toddler, this is the headset to beat. 9 out of 10. Nacon RX 900 Max HS. This bad boy comes bundled with a charging stand, dual wireless connections, and enough comfort for those marathon gaming sessions where you question your life choices. Setting it up is so easy. Even your cat might do it by accident. Sound is customizable with a companion app, offering profiles for different gaming moods, though the bass boost occasionally feels more earthquake than epic battle, which is fun once you tame it. The built-in mic could use a pep talk. If you value crystal clear call quality, look elsewhere, but it wins big on convenience and flexibility for PS5 gamers juggling gaming, streaming, and doom scrolling. 7 out of 10. Astro A40TR. The Astro A40TR is like strapping a race car to your head. Bulky, but built for serious gaming laps. With sound so clear, you will hear your enemy's anxiety before their footsteps. These ear cans scream comfort, thanks to plush pads, adjustable parts, and a sturdy feel. Though it is wired, you'll need to keep your living room from looking like a spaghetti factory. While audio performance is solid and customization is a blast for the pro crowd, the lack of wireless and price tag means casual players might want to keep walking. 6 out of 10.